The power of silence, a Stoic practice for peace and growth in today's world. Silence is often overlooked, misunderstood, or underappreciated, but it holds an incredible power, one that has shaped history, healed relationships, and turned chaos into tranquility. We live in an era where every second is filled with noise, tweets, constant chatter, and distractions. Yet, the ancient wisdom of Stoicism teaches us something profoundly different. Silence isn't just the absence of sound. It's a powerful tool for clarity, strength, and grace under pressure. The Stoics, like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, saw silence as a strategic asset, a way to calm the mind, gain insight, and respond thoughtfully in challenging situations. It's not about avoiding life's demands, but about cultivating the ability to pause, reflect, and act with purpose. Today, we'll explore how embracing silence can elevate your life, helping you make smarter decisions, build stronger relationships, and maintain inner peace amidst the noise of modern life. When faced with unfair criticism, it can feel like a personal attack, throwing off our confidence and disrupting our peace. However, Stoic philosophy offers a valuable perspective. Marcus Aurelius taught that true power doesn't lie in controlling external events or opinions, but in mastering how we react to them. Imagine receiving harsh feedback at work. It's tempting to react defensively, to let anger take over. But if you pause, embrace silence, and reflect, you create space for growth. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By choosing silence in response to criticism, we're not showing weakness, we're strategically focusing on growth. This practice allows us to sift through feedback, retaining what helps us evolve while discarding what doesn't serve us. In doing so, we maintain our dignity and emotional strength. Silence, in this case, isn't about submission. It's a tool for self-improvement and resilience. In social settings where people are constantly one-upping each other with tales of their latest achievements, silence can feel like a refuge. Stoic wisdom, particularly from Epictetus, reminds us that true happiness and worth aren't reflected in external displays of success. Picture being at a gathering where someone is endlessly boasting about their promotion or vacation. Rather than engaging in this competitive exchange, Stoicism teaches us the value of silence. Silence here doesn't imply weakness or submission. It's a conscious decision to preserve your inner peace. By choosing not to engage in boastful conversations, you maintain focus on what truly matters, your values and goals. Silence in these moments communicates confidence in your own path, signaling that you're not swayed by others' displays of wealth or status. You're grounded in your own achievements, choosing to steer the conversation gracefully and preserving your peace. Anger is one of the most powerful emotions, and it can erupt suddenly, throwing us off balance and often leading to regret. Stoicism teaches us to master this fiery emotion through self-control and reflection. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This wisdom is especially valuable when dealing with anger. Imagine you're at work and someone criticizes a project you've spent hours on. Your first instinct might be to defend it heatedly, but instead, what if you chose to pause and embrace silence? This moment of stillness allows you to process the criticism, separate the constructive feedback from negativity, and respond thoughtfully. In this silence, you create space between the event and your reaction, preventing impulsive actions that could damage relationships or harm your credibility. Silence, in this instance, isn't passive. It's an active choice to reflect, to understand the root of your anger, and to respond in alignment with your best self. This practice transforms potentially destructive energy into something constructive. By choosing silence, we gain control over our emotions and maintain our peace, demonstrating emotional intelligence and wisdom. Rumors, especially those based on lies or misconceptions, can feel like an assault on your character. They can create turmoil in your life and disrupt your peace. However, Stoic philosophy provides a powerful tool for dealing with these situations: silence. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." Rather than reacting impulsively to unfounded rumors, embracing silence allows you to maintain your composure and protect your dignity. By not engaging with gossip or responding to rumors, you avoid adding fuel to the fire. Silence becomes a way to rise above the noise, focusing on your values and inner peace instead of the opinions of others. It's a powerful way to maintain your integrity, showing that you're unaffected by external chaos, and choosing to direct your energy toward what truly matters. In a world constantly vying for our attention, silence offers us a refuge, a space to reflect, to regain clarity, and to act with intention. Whether it's responding to criticism, handling boastfulness, managing anger, or navigating rumors, silence is a tool that allows us to maintain our peace and navigate life with grace. By practicing silence, we don't just avoid conflict or negativity, we cultivate wisdom, self-mastery, and emotional resilience. Silence, as the Stoics understood, isn't about withdrawing from life, it's about engaging with it more mindfully. It's about choosing how we respond to external events, protecting our inner peace, and staying grounded in our values. So the next time you face criticism, boastful chatter, anger, or even rumors, remember that silence can be your greatest ally. It's not about avoidance, it's about mastering yourself, responding thoughtfully, and transforming chaos into clarity. Embrace silence as a strategic tool, and watch how it elevates your life, helping you make better decisions, strengthen your relationships, and maintain a deeper connection to your inner peace. What if, instead of rushing to defend yourself against every false rumor or accusation, you simply lived in a way that proved them wrong? Imagine hearing a rumor that questions your character or integrity. The immediate instinct might be to vehemently deny it, to clarify the misunderstandings to anyone who will listen. But Stoicism offers a different approach, one of silence and steadfastness. By choosing not to engage directly with the rumors, you deprive them of fuel. You don't give them space to grow or gain traction. This doesn't mean you passively accept the rumors or resign yourself to their consequences. It means you trust in your own truth and in the people who truly know you. You continue to live with integrity, letting your actions speak louder than words. Over time, the consistency between what people hear about you and what they see you do diminishes the power of those rumors. Choosing silence in the face of gossip is not a sign of weakness, it's an act of strength and self-assurance. It reflects your commitment to Stoic principles, focusing on what you can control, your actions and your responses, rather than the uncontrollable spread of falsehoods. This approach helps you cultivate resilience and provides a sense of calm amidst the turbulence of social interactions. When you refuse to be drawn into a battle of words, you maintain your inner peace, letting your character shine through. So the next time you find yourself at the center of a rumor, remember that silence can be your most powerful response. In the quiet strength of your actions, the truth becomes self-evident and falsehoods have no room to thrive. Now, when it comes to personal loss, whether it's the death of a loved one, the end of a relationship, or the collapse of a cherished dream, the pain can feel unbearable. Grief leaves a void, a space where the weight of sadness feels all-consuming. In these moments, Stoicism offers a framework not just for coping, but for understanding and transforming grief. The Stoics teach that while we cannot control the events that cause us pain, we can control how we respond to them. Consider the wisdom of Seneca, who wrote extensively on loss. He reminded us that everything in life is temporary, and while we may grieve the loss of someone or something important, we have the power to shift our perspective. Rather than focusing solely on the emptiness left behind, we can choose to reflect on the gratitude for the time we had with that person, the lessons they taught us, and the memories we created together. Grief, according to Stoic thought, is not something to be avoided or ignored, but something to be processed and understood. Instead of filling the silence with distractions to escape the pain, Stoic wisdom encourages us to sit with our emotions, to reflect deeply, and to let the experience teach us. Silence, in this context, becomes a space for reflection and growth, allowing us to better understand the fragility and beauty of life. Handling loss stoically doesn't mean suppressing your emotions, but rather observing them without allowing them to overwhelm you. It's about finding a balance between mourning and moving forward, allowing grief to be a catalyst for personal transformation. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we can navigate loss with resilience, using it to deepen our understanding of life's impermanence and emerge stronger and more focused on the future. When we encounter ignorance, whether it's in the form of misinformation or poorly informed opinions, we're often tested in our ability to remain composed and act with grace. Stoicism provides us with the tools to navigate these situations with patience and, more importantly, with discernment. In such moments, the instinct might be to correct the ignorance immediately, to set the record straight. But the Stoic approach encourages a more thoughtful, measured response. Rather than confronting ignorance head-on with direct opposition, which often leads to defensiveness or conflict, Stoicism teaches us to engage with understanding. Instead of reacting impulsively, we take a step back, assess the situation, and choose to respond in a way that is constructive, not combative. This response involves asking ourselves, what is our true intention? Are we trying to prove that we are right, or are we genuinely interested in fostering understanding and educating others? By keeping our motivations aligned with the latter, we not only avoid unnecessary conflict, but also set an example of how to engage with misinformation in a respectful, constructive manner. Through this approach, silence can be just as powerful as speech. When we choose to speak, it's with the intent to educate and unite, rather than to argue or divide. Stoicism doesn't just provide a way to handle ignorance, it offers a way to transform it into an opportunity for collective growth. By remaining composed and wise, we have the ability to turn misunderstandings into moments of learning. So, when confronted with ignorance, remember that your response can either perpetuate confusion or bridge gaps in understanding. The Stoic path invites us to turn such moments into opportunities for growth, both for ourselves and for others, embodying patience and grace in the face of the world's many misunderstandings. When faced with injustice, it's tempting to act impulsively, whether to protest loudly, confront the person responsible, or demand immediate correction. While these reactions are sometimes necessary, the Stoic perspective offers us a more measured approach. The first step is not to act right away, but to pause and reflect. This pause isn't a sign of weakness or indecision. Rather, it's a conscious, deliberate choice to respond thoughtfully, ensuring our actions are both just and effective. Stoicism teaches us to consider the broader implications of our responses to injustice. Instead of reacting from a place of anger or frustration, we can take a step back and assess the situation with clarity. This helps us avoid unnecessary escalation, while also finding the most constructive path forward. Whether it's seeking a long-term solution, having a calm conversation, or addressing the systemic causes of the injustice, the Stoic approach is grounded in the idea that we must not only respond to the immediate harm, but also work to restore fairness without making things worse. At the core of Stoic wisdom is the importance of maintaining inner peace, even when external circumstances are chaotic. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that, though we can't control what happens around us, we can control how we respond. Keeping our emotions in check allows us to approach situations with a clear mind and a steady heart, especially when the stakes are high or the dynamics are complex. It's about making sure our internal state isn't disturbed by the turbulence outside. This mindset can be applied not just to injustice, but to everyday interactions as well. For instance, when surrounded by others boasting about their achievements or competing for attention, the Stoic way is not to challenge or outdo them, but to remain grounded in your own values. By choosing silence or offering a simple, quiet acknowledgement, you show that you are secure in your own sense of worth and don't need external validation to define your success. This doesn't mean passivity or indifference. Instead, it's an active choice to not get swept up in ego-driven competition. You conserve your energy and refuse to be dragged into the arena of pride. By responding this way, you demonstrate that your true value lies in your character and integrity, not in the fleeting praise of others. The Stoics also teach us that responding to insults with grace is one of the most powerful ways to embody their philosophy. When insulted, the natural instinct is to react defensively or retaliate. But Stoicism invites us to pause, to reflect on the situation without reacting impulsively. Why was the insult thrown our way? What can it teach us about the person giving it, or about ourselves? Often, insults reveal more about the other person than they do about us. By not responding in kind, we maintain our dignity and reinforce that our worth is not dictated by others' opinions. Choosing a calm response, whether through silence or a measured reply, can de-escalate the situation and even shift the dynamics of the conversation. It sends the message that the words of others do not have the power to disturb our inner peace. In this way, we not only preserve our own tranquility, but we also model for others the power of equanimity. This is a valuable lesson that extends far beyond our personal growth. It can inspire others to reflect on their own behavior and consider a more composed, mindful way of being. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions, but about managing them. It teaches us that true strength lies in controlling our reactions, not in trying to control others. When we choose peace over conflict, we honor our principles, uphold our integrity, and build resilience. So the next time you find yourself facing injustice, an insult, or a boastful display, remember that your response can shape the situation. By choosing the path of calm, reflection, and action grounded in your values, you can elevate the moment and remain anchored in your own purpose. This is the heart of Stoicism, a philosophy not just for understanding life, but for living it with intention, purpose, and peace.